The NBA landscape has shifted. The Milwaukee Bucks just announced they were waiving All-Star point guard Damian Lillard, opting to stretch the remaining $113 million of his contract over the next 5 seasons to facilitate the signing of free agent center Myles Turner to a 4-year, $107 million deal. This stunning move, reported by ESPN's Shams Charania, marks the end of Lillard's tortuous 2-year tenure with the Bucks and raises significant questions about his future in the league. While Dame has expressed in the past that he wanted to play for the Heat, is this even possible at this juncture, considering his recent Achilles injury, his age, the fact that Jimmy Butler is in Golden State instead of Miami, not to mention the direction the Miami Heat appears to be headed in terms of getting younger? The answer to that might be a no. The Warriors do need a player in the backcourt with Steph Curry, however, and with his boy Jimmy already on the roster, not to mention the presence of his former coach Terry Stotts, the Dubs might be able to facilitate a move. So what led up to the Bucks waiving the second highest paid player on the roster? Is this the end of Lillard? Perhaps, but watch the entire video to find out. You are watching. Damian Lillard's arrival in Milwaukee in September 2023 was a blockbuster move designed to extend the Bucks' championship window. After spending 11 seasons with the Portland Trail Blazers, where he established himself as a 7-time All-Star, 7-time All-NBA selection, and the franchise's all-time leading scorer, Lillard requested a trade in the 2023 offseason. His preference was clear. He wanted to join the Miami Heat to chase a championship alongside Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. However, Portland, unwilling to accommodate his one-team demand, sent him to Milwaukee in a 3-team trade involving the Phoenix Suns. The Bucks parted with Drew Holiday, a key piece of their 2021 championship team, along with Grayson Allen, a 2029 first-round pick, and pick swaps in 2028 and 2030 to acquire Lillard. The trade was a bold statement by Bucks general manager John Horst, signaling a commitment to pair Lillard with 2-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo to form one of the NBA's most formidable duos. The Bucks, fresh off a first-round playoff exit in 2023, were under pressure to keep Antetokounmpo satisfied, as he had hinted at seeking a trade if the organization didn't show a renewed focus on contending. Lillard, known for his clutch scoring and playmaking, was seen as the perfect complement to Antetokounmpo's dominance, with the goal of recapturing the 2021 championship magic. However, the partnership never fully materialized as envisioned. Plagued by injuries,
Giannis Antetokounmpo leaving in the third quarter with a calf injury, and
chemistry issues, and organizational issues. Lillard's 2 seasons in Milwaukee were marked by flashes of brilliance, but they were never really quite able to put it together. In his debut season, Lillard averaged 24 points and 7 assists, showcasing his elite scoring and playmaking, but the Bucks struggled with cohesion. The hiring of Adrian Griffin as head coach proved disastrous, with Griffin lasting just 44 games before being fired, including a practice dispute that led to assistant coach Terry Stotts, Lillard's former coach in Portland, resigning before the season began. Doc Rivers was brought in mid-season to stabilize the team, but the Bucks were eliminated in the first round by the Indiana Pacers, with Lillard missing 2 games due to an Achilles strain and Antetokounmpo sidelined for the entire series with a calf injury. The following season offered hope for a turnaround. Lillard, now 34, averaged 25 points and 7 assists, earning his 9th All-Star selection and helping the Bucks win the NBA Cup. He and Antetokounmpo showed signs of improved chemistry, but roster deficiencies persisted. The Bucks then traded Chris Middleton for Kyle Kuzma at the 2025 deadline, a move that backfired as Kuzma underperformed in the postseason. Additionally, key veterans like Brook Lopez began showing signs of age, and the team lacked depth and tradable assets due to previous blockbuster deals. The most significant blow came in the 2025 playoffs. Lillard, who missed the final 14 regular season games due to deep vein thrombosis, or DVT,
it's a blood clot me have, Jay. You know, see it? A blood clot
in his right calf, made a remarkably quick return for the postseason, cleared to play after being taken off blood-thinning medication. However, in Game 4 against the Pacers, Lillard suffered a devastating non-contact injury while chasing an offensive rebound. An MRI confirmed a torn left Achilles tendon, ending his season and casting doubt on his future. The Bucks lost the series in 5 games, marking their 3rd consecutive first-round exit. The injury, combined with the team's ongoing struggles, set the stage for the shocking decision to waive Lillard. Lillard's Achilles tear was a pivotal factor in the Bucks' decision to waive him. The injury, which occurred just 6 minutes into Game 4, required surgery on May 2, 2025. An Achilles tear is among the most severe injuries for an athlete, typically requiring 9 to 12 months of recovery, with many players struggling to regain their pre-injury form, especially at age 34. Lillard's case was further complicated by his recent DVT
blood clot
diagnosis, which sidelined him for over a month and likely contributed to deconditioning, increasing his injury risk. While the DVT and Achilles tear were in different legs and not directly related, the physical toll of returning to playoff intensity after limited activity may have been a factor. The Bucks faced a roster-building nightmare with Lillard's $54 million salary for 2026 and a $58.5 million player option for 2027, consuming significant cap space while he rehabilitated. With Antetokounmpo's $63 million player option for 2027 and Kuzma's underwhelming performance, the Bucks were over the projected $155 million salary cap with just 4 guaranteed contracts. The organization, which had paid $220 million in luxury tax payments over the past 5 seasons, was reluctant to continue operating above the tax line for a team unlikely to contend without Lillard. By waiving and stretching Lillard's contract, the Bucks spread the $113 million over 5 years, reducing the annual cap hit to $22.4 million through 2029 and 2030. This move freed up space to sign Myles Turner, a 29-year-old center capable of spacing the floor and defending the rim, signaling a shift toward building around Antetokounmpo with a new core. While Turner just finished up going to the finals with the Indiana Pacers, he was underwhelmed with their offer and wanted to make sure that he got paid more than Naz Reid, who was signed to 5 years and $125 million. The Bucks' offer of $107 million over 4 years eclipses that $25 million a year factor. ESPN's Brian Windhorst and other analysts, including The Athletic's Eric Nehm and Sam Amick, reported that the Bucks were considering trading Lillard even before his Achilles injury. Had Lillard remained healthy and the Bucks still lost in the first round, discussions about his future in Milwaukee were planned, particularly regarding whether he wanted to stay. Lillard's fit with Antetokounmpo, while improved in 2025, never fully met expectations, and the team's lack of depth and draft capital limited their ability to build a championship caliber roster around 2 supermax contracts. The injury eliminated trade possibilities, as no team would take on Lillard's $113 million deal with his recovery timeline uncertain. Instead, the Bucks opted to waive him, leveraging the stretch provision to maintain flexibility while pursuing Turner. As a free agent, Lillard can sign with any team, potentially for the veterans minimum, as Windhorst noted, due to the stretched payments from Milwaukee ensuring he receives $22.4 million annually through 2030. His preferred destination prior to being traded to the Bucks was the Miami Heat, a team he explicitly targeted in 2023. Miami's interest in Lillard was well documented during his trade saga, with the Heat reportedly offering a package including Tyler Hero, draft picks, and expiring contracts. However, the Heat's roster at the time faced challenges, including Butler's contract uncertainty and a lack of cap space. With Butler being traded to the Warriors and Pat Riley looking at keeping younger players on the roster, they might not be as interested in Lillard as they were 2 years ago. Other teams could also pursue Lillard. The Los Angeles Lakers, seeking a third star to pair with LeBron James and Luka Doncic, could view Lillard as a low-risk, high-reward addition, especially if he's available at a minimum salary. Finally, multiple reports confirm the Warriors have reached out to Lillard. As an Oakland native, Lillard's ties to the Bay Area adds a homecoming feel. The Warriors could sign Lillard to a veterans minimum where he could play alongside Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green. This would be an actual cheat code if Lillard is able to return healthy. The only problem is that Lillard isn't set to return until the end of next season, meaning he'll skip an entire year. The Warriors, hoping to sign him early, however, would be fine with this outcome as they still have a second year with Jimmy Butler, and a vet minimum salary would be peanuts. Could this be what the Warriors need to get a 5th ring in the Stephen Curry era? Not so fast. Lillard's recovery from his Achilles tear is a critical factor over the next few years. At 34, he falls into the high-risk age group for Achilles injuries, which require extensive rehabilitation due to the tendon's role in explosive movements like jumping and pivoting. The typical recovery timeline is 9 to 12 months, with surgery followed by controlled mobility, often using a walking boot or cast. Lillard was spotted in a walking boot in June 2025, indicating he's in the early stages of rehab. Successful returns like Kevin Durant's after his 2019 Achilles tear offer hope, but Durant was 30 at the time. If Lillard was signing a full contract such as Kevin Durant did with the Nets, then it would be a risky bet. However, when you consider the amount they'd be paying him, that risk is more than worth the reward. With $22.4 million in passive income, Lillard will likely never sign another large contract with an NBA team. The Bucks have also handicapped themselves with $22.5 million in cap space essentially gone. The only saving grace is that this rides through the potential tenure of Giannis if he doesn't request a trade. Keeping Giannis means the Bucks have to be trying to win a championship every season, so going into luxury taxes will have to become the norm. The opposite could be true, however, because if they do trade him, that handicap means they won't be able to compete for a few years, and a rebuild through the draft plus high-level returns for Giannis would be likely. Would a Golden State signing rehab Lillard, or have the Bucks effectively signal the end of an era? Post your thoughts in the comments below. Just be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all your notifications so you don't miss any of my latest uploads. Thanks for watching. Till next time, swoosh!
It's a blood clot me have, J. You know see it? A blood clot.